Welcome back to the Two Casual MMA podcast, the podcast for the casuals from Two Casuals. Very special one. We're here live in person. Come a little bit closer, sir. Come a little bit closer. We're here live. So Kenny has been, he's been over in New South Wales for a little while now and thought, well, before UFC 300,
Make it special.
this is the one. We'll do it in person. Mate, are you excited? Are you pumped?
Two more sleeps. This is Christmas.
It really is Christmas. I feel even more Christmassy after watching that press conference today with Dana making the bonuses 300,000.
Yeah.
That is a great move to set up. Like
Everyone's going to go for it. They have to.
bro,
Bigger than the actual fight checks.
that's guaranteed action.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guaranteed action. I think the ones that we probably weren't looking forward to as much, I still think now that they're going to go for it even more now. So that's going to bring out some questions leading up to this podcast. But today we thought we'd go through and just give our predictions, talk about a few things, who's under the most pressure. I thought I'd bring up something else as well. Like I'm going to ask for a prediction on who's actually going to get the 300K bonuses as well. Who you actually think is going to get the 300K bonuses. But I thought we'd kick things off. Name three people, mate. The three people, just off the cuff, like no, like writing down, whatever. Who is under the most pressure to perform UFC 300? Hit me.
I'll go from least to most pressure. Yeah.
Hit me.
I think Kayla Harrison, number 3.
Kayla.
I think she got to prove herself. She's stepping up to Holly. Holly's obviously getting a bit older, but still a big fight. So I think Kayla Harrison, number 3. Number 2 is Justin Gaethje. Because not only is he putting his BMF on the line, he's putting his title shot on the line. So
That's a good one.
Yeah. So he could have had that title shot that Dustin's now got.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of pressure there. And then number 1 for me is Jeremiah Hill.
He's under the most pressure.
Never lost the title. He's got to prove that he's still champ.
That's a big one, mate. Yeah. That's a big call because he's been talking a lot of shit and he's been saying like, "Oh, hey, look, I'm not impressed with Alex Pereira. I wasn't impressed with Yuri Prochazka. They're bums." Like, so he really is under a lot of pressure there, mate. So you're calling it Hill most pressure, Gaethje second, Kayla 3.
That's my 3. Who you got?
So number 3, mate. Mine's a little different but similar at the same time. My third, I think Bo Nickel is under a lot of pressure just because of the odds.
Yeah.
Because like it's almost spoken about like this is going to be some sort of like walkover, and if it's not, like even if Bo wins a decision here, like a 3-round decision, that drops his stock.
Probably, yeah.
But it really does. Yeah, so he has to finish him round 1 and quick. I really do. I think he does. I think he's going to finish him really quick. So that's why I think he's under a bit of pressure. Number 2, I think, is Kayla Harrison because when you've been talked about as one of the greatest women's fighters of all time, and you're fighting somebody of caliber of Holly Holm. Holly Holm is also past her best, as well. Kayla Harrison, 33, still in her prime, 16-1 record, coming over, big name. She has to perform.
And anyone that builds a name outside of the UFC then comes over, there's always going to be pressure. There's always going to be pressure on them to perform and prove that they're actually worth it.
Yeah, so I think she's under a shitload of pressure. But in my opinion, the person who is under the most pressure here at UFC 300 is Justin Gaethje. Just because I think like everybody's expecting this big fan-friendly fight, and that I think that's what they're going to get. But just what he has to lose, because he just had like the title shot was there, like handed to him, but he's like, no, I'll take a war here just for the fans. To be on UFC 300, and if Max beats him, well then you can kiss the title shot goodbye. It's over because a lot's riding on whether like what happens between Charles and Arman, the Dustin fight, and is Justin going to wait 2 years for another shot at the title? So I think he's under the most pressure heading into UFC 300.
It's a good one, mate. It's good. Well, I had him as 2, you got him as 1. There's a lot of pressure on him.
There's a lot of pressure heading into UFC 300 for that man, but it's a stacked card, top to bottom. How many fights? 13?
Something like that.
13 fights on the card. Again, detailed analysis, you're probably looking at Charles Sonnen. You're probably looking at a John Anik. You're probably looking at this. I'm just going to go what I actually think, similar with yourself.
Yeah.
I think we run through early prelims, main card. And to kick things off for our first official prediction, UFC 300. What an absolute fucking banger to start UFC 300.
Such a good fight to start. Big versus Garbrandt.
Mate,
So good.
what are your thoughts? What's your insides telling you about this side?
I think Cody's chin's probably still questionable, and Fig is a vicious man. So
He's a vicious man.
I think it's Fig by probably round 1 KO.
Round 1 KO.
I think he gets it done early. I think as soon as he lands clean on Cody's gone down.
Do you want to know something, mate? Like, every time I think of Cody, I think of the fight he had against Dominic Cruz. At one point, I felt like he was the greatest fighter to ever live. He was unbelievable. But since then, the big thing for me is that both their fights with Rob Font is my thoughts. And I'm like, Rob Font touched up Cody for 5 rounds, but Cody's talking about being in a bad headspace at that point in time. Now he's in a really good headspace, looked good in his last fight. But his last fight's a different caliber to Davison Figueiredo. Fig looked great against Rob Font. First fight at 135. Yeah. I think this is going to be a fucking firefight. Like, I really do, especially with the 300K on the line. I think we're going to expect fireworks here. Even if it goes for 1 round, I think it's going to be absolute fireworks. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm going to say the Fig touches him at some point, and I think Cody drops. I'm going to say it's going to be an early round 2 stoppage.
We might get Cody, when Cody gets clipped, he is turned
start.
Because sometimes works, but sometimes it doesn't work. It didn't work against the TJ.
And Pedro Munoz. Yeah, that was a bar burner. But I just think Fig's got enough power to put him away. Yeah. Fig's a wild man as well. I think Cody can win. But if I was a betting man, I'm going to go early round 2. I'm going to go early round 2 KO for Davison Figueiredo. Yeah, and I think it's going to be an absolute barn burner of a fight. What's next, mate?
Jim Miller and Bobby Green, I believe, is the next one.
Jim Miller and Bobby. I'll tell you what, the pair of them talked it up deluxe at the press conference, saying they're both going to go after it here in this fight, which is great. Okay, people want it, mate. I'm just going to cut to the chase. I think I'm going to go Bobby Green. I think Bobby wins. He was talking about how he was, a bit compromised in the last fight against Jalen Turner.
Yep.
And I really rate Jalen Turner very highly. I still think he's got the goods to be like in the top tier lightweights. I think it's age has to play a part here. I think if both me and somebody else have the same amount of skills down the pub, but the guy that's 60 years old is down the pub, I'm backing myself in here. So I think age has to play a part. I'm going to go Bobby Green. I'm going to go early, mate. I'm going to go round 1 TKO for Bobby Green.
Be cool.
Yeah.
I think he hasn't fought the probably the best competition of late, but he still looked pretty good in his fights. I think he's got the win on 100, he's got the win on 200, and I think he's going to get the win on 300.
Wow, that's a big call, mate.
I think he gets it done. I think maybe Bobby Green goes too hard for that 300K.
And gasses
it maybe a bit, but I've got Jim by decision.
Wowza. That's a big call. Yeah. There you go. Jim gets it done. 100, 200, 300.
Yeah, gets it 300.
And then comes back for 400.
Yeah,
out of retirement.
He's 60.
He'll be fresh. Yeah. He'll be fresh at 400. Not taking a beating, not taking a battering. He'll be back. But that's
400K bonus.
Bro, that's a big call. There you go. So one of us is not going to, that's for certain, one of us is not going to clean up 13 for 13 on the card.
That's the multi-killer.
Jim Miller. There it is. Jim fucking Miller by decision. Calling it. Is the next fight on the card Jessica Andrade versus?
Is it Maria?
Yeah. What's her name?
Is it? No.
Jessica Andrade. Let's look this bad boy up. It's been a little while. It's been a big day. We've got Jessica Andrade versus a really, really good fighter.
Marina Rodriguez.
She's
got good hands. She's very good.
So, mate, I think gone are the days for me of backing against Jessica Andrade if it's not when she's not fighting the upper tier people. Yeah. She is a fucking weapon, mate. She just keeps coming. I despite her record, which is double-digit losses, I think she's one of the greatest female fighters of all time. I think she's an animal.
She got the title. He is an animal. She dumped rose on her head.
But mate, I'm just going to stop backing against Jessica Andrade unless she's fighting someone like a Zhang Weili, and I'm just going to go Jessica Andrade for the W here, mate.
Decision.
Yeah, I'm gonna go decision win.
I'm on the same train.
I'm just getting up the card right now as we speak. So I'm looking up Marina Rodriguez right now with a record of 17 wins, 3 losses. Not too bad at all. But if I'm looking here, she's only fought. She's fought some good caliber fighters here. Amanda Lemos, Yan Ekshanan. I don't know how to pronounce her name. The lady that's fighting Zhongwei Li, Mackenzie Dern, Amanda Hebas, Carla. She's fought them all. Tisha Torres. She's fought them all. But having said that, the thing that I'm looking at here is when she's fighting like a bit upper tier, so Amanda Lemos, Carla Esparza, she's still coming up with a loss. Yeah. And I think Andrade is probably on another level. So I'm going to go Jessica Andrade.
Get it done. Yeah, mate. Same, mate. I'm on Jessica by decision.
Mate, the main fight on the early prelim card, we just spoke about him. At lightweight, Jalen Turner versus Renato Moicano.
Money Moicano.
How do you think, mate? He might be the wildest man on the microphone in the history of the UFC.
He might be.
He's an absolute fucking lunatic.
He did not look great in his last fight. And like you said, Jalen Turner is... He looks good. He could be at the top of that division in the years to come. So I got Jalen Turner by I think round 2. What is it? Round 3 TKO.
Late.
Yeah.
Going late one.
Because Moicano is definitely gritty and definitely tough. So I think he stays in there for a while.
I like that, mate. But, yeah. Well, I'm going back again. I'm just having a bit of a look here at Moicano's record. So since 2020, so he's lost to Rafael Viziev, which is not a bad loss at all. But like some of his wins are just like no disrespect, they're just okay. So he's beat Jai Herbert, Alexander Hernandez, Brad Riddell, and Drew Dober. Now I like Drew Dober. Yeah. I really like Drew, but
they're not at the top of it.
But he's not Jalen Turner for me. Yeah. He's not Jalen Turner. He's lost to Rafael Dos Anjos and Viziev, who are elite fighters. I think it's going to be a similar case here. I think Jalen's a bit too long as well. But I think
is he like 6'1"?
Yeah, something like that. I think Moicano I think he's a dog. Yes. And I think he will hang with Turner for a little while. Mate, and again, the big thing for me here at play is the bonuses.
I think we're going to get a lot of stoppages.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going for it. Like it's literally like bigger than their actual paycheck. So
yep.
They have to go for it, right?
So early on in the week, I had Jalen Turner decision just because I think 3 rounds. I think Moicano's tough, and I think he can tough it out. But because the 300,000 is there for the taking, I'm going to go Jalen Turner late round 2 TKO. So I just think, again, they'll go for it. I think Moicano will go for it as well, and I'm backing Jalen Turner in the stand-up.
What's interesting is that this 300K will definitely change results, right?
100%.
And it'll probably provide some upsets as well.
Because they're going to go swinging for the fences here. As soon as Dana said 300 done, and just everyone, the crowd erupted.
Even the fighters.
Yeah, it was mad. He's just sitting there. But mate, like that just changes the whole card.
Yeah,
for me, because some people that.
And then a couple of stoppages, like maybe there's a couple of stoppages before your fight, and you're like, well, I have to make.
I've got to go.
I've got to go here. I've got to make this look good.
I think there's going to be a ton of finishes here, but we're going to move on. The first fight on the prelim card is Sadiq Youssef versus Diego Lopez. This is a big fight.
Tom DeLon.
This is a big fight. This is a big fight for both fighters. Who you got, mate?
I got Diego Lopez. He's on a bit of a run, but he's got a bit of a star in the making. Looks at Lee, he's very, very, very much loved. I've got Diego Lopez, and he's Alexa Grassover's jiu-jitsu coach, I believe. And so I reckon he gets a sub. I reckon he shows off his jiu-jitsu a bit, but he gets a sub in the second round.
Mate, he's got 4 finishes in his last 5 fights. KO, TKO, submission, KO. 23-6 record is actually not too bad, and he's up on the rise against Sadiq Youssef. Mate, what do you think about this bloke? What do you think about Sadiq?
I think he's been in the UFC a fair while. He's fought some good guys. I don't think he's ever beaten anyone like any of the top tier guys yet.
No, he hasn't, mate.
Was he Andre Fili, whatever he's
Yeah, Arnold Allen.
Yeah.
Edson Barboza. He's fought.
Yeah. And
I think, mate, to be honest, like there's a little bit of not inactivity here. So in his last 3 fights, he's fought March 12, 2022, October 1st, 2022, October 14, 2023. It's not a hell of a lot of activity, and somebody like that's coming up like Diego Lopez, active as well. younger as well.
Yeah. Exciting.
I agree. I'm gonna go Diego as well. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go a sub. Phew. I'm gonna go early round 3 for Diego Lopez.
Yeah, something.
Early round 3. I think it's going to be. I think they're both going to have moments in rounds 1 and 2, and obviously fatigue steps in, and obviously like the push to make something happen, like fight of the night or performance of the night. And I think there's going to be a lot of stoppages.
There has to be. Like,
I really do, mate.
It's gonna be in their mind. Like it's a huge.
Yeah, man. I don't think there's going to be that many decisions. No. I feel like an idiot saying like, KO, TKO, like for all of them, but
usually it's like the safe bet is a decision.
Yeah,
I think these bonuses change everything.
I think the only decision I've got so far is Andrade and Marina Rodriguez, which is kind of weird because Andrade has like power in those hands.
But I think Rodriguez, she's pretty strong.
Mate, the big one. It's a big fight. This is unmissable. UFC 300. We've got Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison coming to the UFC. Holly has been a mainstay for a shitload of time. The preacher's daughter. She's fought everyone and anybody. Kayla Harrison coming over from the PFL.
Yeah.
She with a record, 16-1. Bloody, a two-time Olympic gold medalist. We talk about Henry Cejudo being this like phenomenal athlete, which he is. Yeah. This girl's got 2 gold medals. She's got 2 of them.
World champion
with a 16-1 record. Obviously, she hasn't fought the caliber of a Holly Holm. The person that she's fought closest is Aspen Ladd. But it's still not. It's still not Holly Holm material. But this is a big test for Kayla Harrison. Coming against somebody who is a former UFC champion, who has notable wins against many great fighters. How do you see this one going down, mate? What is it?
I got Kayla winning.
Yeah.
I got it winning by sub. I think they're going to change it. She mentioned in the press conference because they can't throw elbows in PFL. She said she's excited to throw some elbows.
I thought you were going to change it to
No,
Holly.
I'm not changing Holly. I'm changing still Kayla by round 2 TKO.
Wow. Yeah. Against a striker.
Yeah, I think she'll just get it down. I think she gets it down and grounds and pounder.
You reckon?
So, yeah.
Well, mate, I hate to say it because I love Holly, but she is past the best.
Yeah.
Because like we're looking at a record here, 15-6, 1 no contest. How old is Miss Holly Holm these days? She is what? She's turning 43 years old this year.
That's not
43, young. Mate. Like she's unfortunately whilst it's fighting Holly Holm, it's not quite fighting the Holly Holm that we know and love, I guess. I think she's way past her best. But do I think she's going to provide a level that Kayla hasn't seen before? Yes, I do. I do think she will. But earlier in the week, I was of the notion. I thought I don't think Kayla's up to it. I think Holly gets a win. I'm changing my prediction here. I've come to my senses. I'm gonna go Kayla Harrison. I think she's just younger. Just even though she hasn't fought the level of competition, she's still fought people. Yeah, she still has plenty of experience.
She trains with these guys. Like she trains at ATT, I believe. So she knows her level. She knows what it takes. It's like this. Like she trains with these world champions every day. She is a world champion herself. I don't think it's a huge discrepancy there between there's not going to be. She's not going to be exposed because of the level of competition she's fought previously.
And I think as well, the big thing for me is, as silly as it sounds, is 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Yeah. She has to use that there. Yeah. She's like the creme de la fucking creme of her craft. Yeah. I'm going to agree with you, mate. I think she stops Holly as well. Yeah. And I'm going to go mid round 2, TKO stoppage. Ground and pound, TKO. And she said in the press conference, she goes, I can't wait to use my elbows. I think she gets it done. I think this will be the last time we see Holly Holm in the octagon.
Yeah, could be.
That's a really big call. But
does Kayla get the title shot next if she wins?
100%, bro. 100. Because it gives that bantamweight division a bit of life.
Yeah.
And even the climb, which is not going to be a very long climb for Kayla, no. But if she gets the belt, it's exciting still because it's like, okay, can this person beat Kayla Harrison? Can this person beat Kayla Harrison? Similar to Amanda Nunes, when she had the belt, it was, although at times you're like, oh shit, like Amanda's going to smoke, but there was always that intrigue of, can this person beat Amanda Nunes? And I think it'll be the same Kayla.
Yeah,
that's what I think. But mate, the next fight on the card, this is a big, mate. I think it's a big fight, and I think it's a close. I don't know how this one goes. I think flip of the coin. Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling. Aljo's first fight at featherweight against somebody who has proven himself in the featherweight division. Got great hands. I think this is going to be a test for both.
For 18 months, it's a big layoff. And Aljo's been pretty active, defending titles, losing titles. It's like he's been fighting a lot. He's a big man now. He's like you said today. He's not grumpy. He's not cutting that much weight. So I think we get an exciting Aljo. I think we get backpack Aljo back. I think he rides on Kattar's back for a few rounds and subs him.
You going Aljo?
Yeah, Aljo by round 3 sub.
Wooza. Okay, this was another one earlier in the week. I had Calvin Kattar. And I think I'm going to change my tune here as well because I really thought about it. And it took me back to, when my initial thought was Calvin's great boxer.
Yeah.
A really, really great boxer. And he is. But Aljo has also fought Corey Sandhagen, who is a really great striker. And you saw what Aljo did to Corey.
Yeah.
He's fought great strikers before, and I think it might actually suit Aljo being a little bit heavier because he's spoken about the cut being horrendous to bantamweight. I think he's naturally a bigger guy, and being an elite wrestler, that's going to play. It's going to play into his favor here. It has to, right? So
his last fight against an elite striker didn't really go to plan.
No, it didn't.
So O'Malley, but I think that's a different
striker. It didn't. Yeah. But mate, like I think he's going to handle Calvin. Do I think it's going to be a fun fight to watch? I don't. I think Aljo is going to win a very, very, very stand. I think he's just going to get in his defense.
He was very excited about the bonuses, though. He was standing up. He was jumping around.
Imagine if Aljo
I think he'll like a lot of fighters will probably forget that because they're going to fight.
Yeah. You reckon he's going to go for it?
I reckon he'll know it's there.
The backpack sub.
Yeah.
Calling it. I think Calvin's got great takedown defense. But, mate, the 18-month layoff is huge. The layoff, I think people underestimate just how important it is to still be active. Even if you've lost, it's still very, very important. And Calvin hasn't had a win in a little while either on a 2-fight losing streak. And I think Aljo's got something to prove. I think the size plays here. I know Calvin's got great takedown defense, but Aljo's the real deal, man. I think Aljo's the real deal. I'm gonna go a decision for Aljo, and I'm gonna call it 30-27.
Wins every round.
Aljamain Sterling, 30-27. There's a big chance, and he said that if I win here, if I win clear and convincing, I might get a shot at the featherweight title. Call me crazy. I think he could. He's got the name.
Former champ and one win in the division. I think that's definitely enough to get a title.
He's got the name for it. Obviously, there's Max Holloway in the works. Alexander Volkanovski's still there for Ilya. Sean O'Malley, maybe. But Aljo's still a name, mate. And I think there's every chance that they could.
They definitely could because he could probably, if he wins, if he's not injured and stuff, he could probably turn around pretty quickly. Where obviously Alex isn't going to turn around that quickly again. Max is preoccupied and who knows what happens there. So it could be the good call.
It helps being a name, and that's what he is. Absolutely. He is a name. So good fight. Another good fight that's going to headline the prelim card is at light heavyweight. You'd have to think there is title ramifications here.
Absolutely.
With Yuri Prohaska versus Alexander Rakic. Mate, how do you see this one going down? Do you see this one being an absolute fucking banger or what?
Big Europeans. I don't know if it's going to be quite a banger. I think Yuri's is definitely awkward and hard to deal with. So I don't think like Rakic will probably he won't be able to settle into his game. I think everyone finds Yuri pretty difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he gets it done. I think he's unorthodox striking, gets it done. I think he gets a finish, goes for something crazy,
and gets it.
Bonus, and gets it.
I had the similar thought about that today. I was just like, in his last fight against Alex Pereira, again, like, fucking hell, this is just all confusing. In his last fight against AP, I thought Yuri had his moments in those 2 rounds. I thought there were times where Yuri looked dangerous. I thought there were times where he could have got AP out of there with his weird his weird moves. I still think with all that time off that Yuri had, I think he did well with the limited time that he had in the octagon, and I think that fight against AP is going to serve him well.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good point because he was off for a long time.
Yeah,
now he's back
and quick, and relatively quick. And I think again, I like Rakic as a fighter. I think he's a good fighter. I think he's kind of in a similar boat to Ankalaev.
Yeah,
in a sense, where I don't think he's quite the entertainment machine that the UFC wants as light heavyweight champion or fighting for the title.
Yeah.
But very, very good nonetheless. But mate, I think Yuri's a bit of a class above, to be honest, in regards to
Yuri by decision.
Striking.
I think it goes to decision that fight actually.
And I'm gonna go.
Can't pick everything by stoppage, can we?
Mate, these bonuses are throwing it. I'm going 5 seconds. Flying knee, 4 seconds. He's going to break the record. No.
But he's the type of guy that probably would, right? Like he's one of those guys that would go for it.
Mate, I'm going to say it's a. I'm going to go a war. I'm going to go Yuri by decision. Yeah. I think Rakic is tough enough, but I think Yuri's awkward style is going to get him the win, and I think that's probably the biggest thing. I think Yuri is very, very good, and I think that loss to AP is going to serve him well because I think he can win the title back. I really do, and I'm a bit of a Yuri fan, mate. I think I'm a little bit biased here as well. So I think I'm a bit of a Yuri fan, but mate, and here it is. We've come to the main card, mate. I don't know about you, but I'm willing to turn it off after this one.
Oh, we still got.
Here it is. Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage.
I think that's probably the easiest one to call.
Is it?
For this card? Oh,
is it?
To, right? Like, he's not that much of a favourite for no reason.
Is he? Go Cody.
I think Bo gets this one done pretty easily. First or second round sub. He showed off his striking in his last fight. But I think he goes back to his roots and he gets to win on 300.
Mate, do you see who Cody Brundage has beat?
I have not seen
Jacob Malkoon, who is a partner to Robert Whittaker, one of the greats. Won by DQ, illegal elbow, but that doesn't matter. He's still got the win against Robert Whittaker's teammate, Robert Whittaker, the great, the Reaper. Mate, the biggest favourite in the history of UFC is I'm pretty sure Bo Nickel. Here it is against Cody Brundage.
That's incredible,
mate. I saw something today that Bo Nickel had won the highest honour of wrestling there is in America. Yeah, so his wrestling is just
that's how he has a name.
Tip top,
the best wrestler.
Mate, I've got a question. Do you like Bo?
I don't mind him. Like people don't like that he's on the main card and stuff, but what's he going to do? Say no? He's doing what he's got to do. I don't mind him. I don't have anything against him. I like to see him fight and judge him off his fighting and see how he goes.
He's doing it for redheads everywhere.
Yeah.
Go, Bo. Go, Bo. Love Bo. Mate, I actually really like him. I think there's something about him that I really like. I think he's very authentic. Yeah. I think he's authentically himself. And you're right. If someone offers you a spot on the main card 3 rounds, what's he going to say? No? Yeah. Well, come on. Let's cut to the chase here. I'm going to just cut to the chase and call it Cody Brundage round 1 KO. There it is. Official prediction. Cody.
Put $10 on that.
Cody round 1 KO.
Actually?
No, no, absolutely not. I'm going. I think Bo wins easy. I'm going to go sub round 1. I'm going to call it. I'm going to call the time. I think Bo gets it done 2 minutes 13 seconds. Round 1. There you go. I'm going to go even further.
If that happens, I won't give you.
You going Brundage?
No, definitely going Bo.
Bo for 6-0.
First, I'll go first round sub. He probably gets it done pretty quickly.
I think he does, mate.
Yeah. And if he gets the first round sub, that's probably shows who he is. That's probably a good shot for the bonus as well. Dana would like that because it just amplifies him as a star and builds on that. So Dana would be like, there you go, mate.
Here's the cash. Do you think the quality of opponent matters?
I mean,
in regards to winning 300k.
No, I don't think for Bo. I don't because he's a name anyway. So I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's how you get it done.
Mate, I said to you before we started this podcast, I was pissed off I was very annoyed.
No, you can tell
And
why.
I'm going to change my tune here, now, starting now.
You love changing.
For the next two fights, I'm annoyed. Yeah, I am.
The people's main event.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed off with these two fights, mate. But gonna lead the charge here. Lightweight. This is a huge fight. This is huge title ramifications here. Your boy, DuBronx versus Arman Sakarian. Mate, who do you go? This is a toughie.
It's a tough one. Like I can't not pick, and I can't not back Charles. Like it's a tough fight. I think Arman is legit. I think he definitely can win. I'm pretty close. Like it's pretty 50-50 for me. So, but with it being 50-50, I have to back Charles. And again, those bonuses. I think he drops him and he gets a sub. I think like that classic Charles gets that win by a finish.
I like it, mate. I really do. I'm pissed off.
Why is he pissed off?
I'm annoyed, mate, because okay, it was the same as the last card, $2.99. Dustin was the underdog. Mate, look at the body of work.
Yeah.
Please look at the body of work. Like you're gonna judge him off one loss. You're gonna judge Dustin off one loss against Ben Saint Denis. Please stop it. I understand that like Arman's like this. He's been highly touted, but I'm going to put it out there. Besides Beneil Dariush, who the hell has Arman beat?
I don't know. Get on your phone, mate.
Who was he? Do you know who he fought?
I think he
fought Gamrot and lost.
Yeah,
that's the only other notable fighter that and he's fought Islam.
That's the other. Yeah, he had a close fight with Islam, but that was a long time ago.
Okay,
they were both Arman himself was only like 22, I think, and Islam was Islam. I think that's his. I think his win against Dariush and his close loss to Islam is what he's riding on at the moment. Like that's where the hype comes from. I think
I'm upset. I'm really angry because so many UFC fans they place so much emphasis on that one last fight, but don't really have a look at the body of work here.
Charles,
it's giving me the shits because
most finishes.
Have you looked at Charles's body of work? Has Arman looked at Charles's body of work? Have the pundits looked at Charles's body of work? It's driving me insane, mate. As you all can probably tell, my pick is Charles Oliveira.
Oh, really?
My pick is Charles. But mate, Arman's going to learn. I understand the record's great, 21-3. It's awesome. But mate, who have you beat, Arman? Seriously, Charles has beat everybody. Charles has said that this is still my division. And I don't hate him for it because he's beaten everybody. He's beaten Dustin, Justin, Michael Chandler. He's beat them all. And not only has he beaten them, he has finished them all. Yes. And also, fair enough, fair play, Arman did beat Beneil Dariush. You know who also beat Beneil Dariush in one round? Charles Oliveira did. All right? So I'm sick of all this notion of Arman's up and coming and Arman's going to smash Charles and all this shit. And how is Arman the favourite here?
I don't know, mate. I don't play.
So annoyed. I'm annoyed.
He's ready to make some money. Put some money on Charles.
Oh, mate. I'm going to go finish here.
We're rich, baby.
I'm going to go finish, mate. I think again, Charles licks his lips, goes, I still believe he thinks he's the king of the division, which is fair enough. And I'm going to go a TKO finish. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about the sub. I'm going to go late round 1 TKO Charles Oliveira. DuBronx shows everybody.
How many times does Charles get dropped though? Because he loves to get dropped and go to the ground. None. You must have forgot. Charles DuBronx Oliveira. What is it? The champ has a name. What's his main slogan? Yeah, the champ has a name.
And his name is Charles Oliveira. Well, it's not. It's Islam Makhachev. But if there was a silver medal, it'd be Charles Oliveira. But I think just people are just...
silver medal.
It is. But he could also go for that as well. He is a BMF. I'm just annoyed, mate. I'm really annoyed at just the fact that people they ride off one last big win. Yeah. It's like, Arman's the next big... Mate, he's fought nobody. I understand, but he's fought nobody. But Charles is the man. Charles is a Hall of Famer. Charles is... you could argue he's the second greatest lightweight ever.
Could.
Come on.
You win that argument, but you could.
I don't care. I'm going into bat for DuBronx. Let's go. Go, Charles. I'm going... Yeah.
He's my boy. Outside Rob, he's one of my favourite fighters. So
What was your pick?
Charles Sub.
I like it, mate.
Round 3 maybe. Right.
I like it.
Yeah, I think he gets. I think he just gets. He drops him, and Charles is jiu-jitsu is supreme. So I think he drops him and then subs him.
Round 3 sub.
Yeah.
Well, mate, guess what? I'm pissed off here again too for this fight. I am, mate. I'm fuming.
This is the people's thing.
I'm fuming now. Like I've got the BMF shirt on. I've got the Dustin Poirier, Justin Gage BMF. No, I'm not, mate. I'm taking it off. It has to go. Now, I just want to lead with this. Before anybody jumps on my back here with something that with things that I'm going to say, I want everybody to know that both Justin and Max are my boys. I love both of them, but
that's a big one.
I'm gonna look. I'm just gonna.
Easy,
I tell you what's. It's just really annoying me. Again, people sleeping on Max Holloway. Stop sleeping on him. My God, like you're sleeping on him. The whole world's sleeping on him. People don't like. I rewatched that fight with Dustin Poirier like 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
I had to rewatch it because I was like, it's moved up the lightweight. That first round was a mess. It was a mess. I'm going to put my hand up and say that was a mess. But from round 2 to 5, mate, my boy was in it. He was in it, mate. And another thing is this: Dustin Poirier has got one of, if not the best boxing in the UFC, and Max was right there with him. Max was a featherweight fighting a lightweight. He was not a lightweight there in that fight. He was a featherweight fighting a lightweight on a couple of weeks' notice. And I think people are placing a big emphasis on that fight against Dustin Poirier, specifically that first round. What do you think about that?
It's a good call, mate. It's a good call. I just think Justin's just going to get to him too much. You can't get hit like Max does and fight Justin Gaethje. Yeah, you can't just I just don't think this doesn't work. You can't get hit like that for 5 rounds straight.
Mate,
he's too good. He's too powerful. He's relentless.
I agree.
We've seen Justin get dropped. We've seen him on his feet.
Yes, we have.
We haven't seen Max get dropped, but he has been fighting featherweights.
That is true.
So I think it's going to be a button, mate. I'm picking Justin by a late stoppage, but I think it's going to be a hectic.
Are you going to say, tell him it's a doctor stoppage? Are you calling it doctor stoppage, or are you going actual stoppage?
TK. I think TK.
You reckon he finally goes?
I think he finishes it within the round. I think he finishes.
Oh, that's a big call.
I think the referee's going to stop. Don't think Max is going to give up. I don't think Max is going to be there the whole time. That's just going to be too much.
You think Max is too tough for his own good, mate? As I said prior to this, and I'm sorry that we're going to touch on this, BMF, but it is the people's main event. This is the big one.
Yeah.
So I said that both Justin and Max are my boys. They are. I love them both, but I'm going to go into. I've got to put my. I'm going to critique here a little bit, right? So people are talking about, Justin's got so much power. Oh, Max can't handle the power. You did, right? But again, I think we're placing too much emphasis on Justin's win against Dustin Poirier.
I'm not putting any emphasis on that. I'm not thinking head kick. Do
you think that Max Holloway is more durable than Michael Chandler?
I think it's tough. It's a different division. I think it's probably a lot easier to be durable against featherweights.
That's a good call too, mate. Well, do you think that's a good call, because that's kind of going against me here. So I think Max is more durable than Michael Chandler. I think he's more durable than Rafael Vazeev. Everyone's also talking about that fight that Justin Gaethje had against Tony Ferguson. They're like, oh my God, did you see what Justin Gaethje did to Tony Ferguson? Max Holloway and Tony Ferguson are 2 different kettle of fish here.
I don't think they're in the same boat. But you will still get that because Max comes through. Yeah.
I think that Max, again, okay, here's another one. Who do you think is more skilled? I know this is crazy, but who is more skilled? Max Holloway or Dustin Poirier?
It's very close. Right?
There you go.
It's very close. I would probably still tip to Justin.
Okay.
Ever so slightly.
But
his stoppages and stuff are probably more. There's probably more variety.
I just have so many questions because I also think, did Justin go through the fire in the second fight against Dustin. No, it was early, right?
Yeah.
The first fight was an absolute. Justin's a completely different fighter.
Yeah.
I understand he went through the fire against Vazeev, he went through the fire against Chandler, he went through those fire fights.
Yeah.
I just think that Max Holloway is a better caliber fighter than Vazeev. I think he's a better caliber fighter than Michael Chandler. I think he's more durable than the two of them. I think he's smarter than the two of them. The thing that worries me, though, is the leg kicks.
Yeah.
Like that front leg. But having said that, what's Max good at? He's good at getting in and getting out, getting in, getting out. And
Max got some tiny legs too, so...
Mate,
I don't think it would take many calf kicks.
I could go back and forth here, mate, all day. Like I said to you that it would be. I said I'm 51-49, and I've been changing and chopping and changing all week. But I can't bring up all these points and go with Justin Gaethje because I actually think Max Holloway is going to get it done. I do. Yep, I really do.
I'm like big fan of Max. I like Justin's fighting, so I'd love Max to win.
I think if Justin can go the 5 rounds. I really think he can. He showed it against Tony that he can.
Yeah.
But I think this fight is going to come down to heart, and it's going to come down to who wants it more.
It's crazy because if it goes to decision, I'd probably back Max. Like I'm probably back Max.
So
I don't think it gets a decision.
See, I think I'm going to go Max decision. I think Justin has a lot of. I think it's a big back and forth, like heavy battle for the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
I think 3, 4, and 5 is almost like a war of attrition. I think the power sort of goes away a little bit for Justin, and I think it just becomes like bite down the mouthpiece and who fucking wants it more.
I don't know if they can do that for 3 rounds straight. Like that's brutal because they're both have so much output. If they can both do that for 3 rounds, I'll be surprised.
Max is long and rangy. I think Max can get in and out as well. I just think that Justin hasn't beaten the caliber of Max Holloway. I know he beat Dustin Poirier, but I just don't know. I think this is a different kettle of fish, and I think Max is a real lightweight now. I think he has real power, and I think that chin is granite. Do I think it's going to be tested? Yes, I do.
It has
but
to get to some point, surely.
My gut.
If it doesn't go in this fight, it's never going, right?
That's very true. Yeah. That's very true. But my I'm gonna have to wrap this up because I could go all day. I'm so invested. But my official prediction is Max Holloway wins the BMF title against Justin Gaethje via decision.
Imagine disputed NBMF. That's the truth.
He's the man, mate. And apparently, if he wins the BMF title on Sunday our time, he's the first fighter to ever have the BMF title winner. Undisputed winner and a interim.
Or who'd be the first BMF and undisputed anyway?
Goat status. Yeah. Move over, John Jones.
Here it is.
Max Holloway, mate. The Chinese fight.
China versus China.
Here it is. I like it.
Wei Li.
I love Wei Li.
She's awesome.
I love her, mate. Yeah. Hi everybody. Yeah. I love her. She's awesome. But mate, how do you see this fight going down? How do you pronounce the lady that she's fighting? Yan. Is it just Yan? All right, we'll just go as Yan, mate. Yeah. Mate, how do you see this fight going?
I think Wei Li gets it done. I think Wei Li shows the class. Yan, she's a good fighter, but she hasn't beaten anyone. I don't think anyone near Wei Li's level. So I think it's just a big opportunity to have two Chinese fighters on a huge card. But I think Wei Li gets it done. I think Wei Li shows the class, gets it done by decision, 5 rounds, all the way.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Mate,
maybe Yan picks up a round.
Mate, Yan did beat Jessica Andrade by KO.
She did, yeah. She did.
Round 1 KO. She's also beat Mackenzie Dern, but having said that, a lot of people have. She's actually, she's beat that Carolina. What's her last name? Carolina. It's hard to pronounce it. Tough, but mate, I think there's just levels, mate. I think there's levels. I think Wei Li could be. Maybe a top 3 greatest female fighter all time.
I think losing a title was a bit of a hiccup. I think she probably could have been champion the whole time and could still be champion for a long time.
Yeah.
When she lost the title to Rose, that was a bit of it. I think that was just like a road bump. That wasn't meant to happen. She's meant to be champ of that division. I don't think anyone beats her anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke for 15 minutes about Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje. I'm just going to wrap it as quick as possible here. I think I just think the class shows, mate. I think she's good everywhere. Yep. Wei Li, I think she's good standing. She's good in the clinch, good on the ground. I just don't know what Yarn shows her that she hasn't seen before, and she can't just, that she can't just beat anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a decision though. I think Wayley wins a pretty clear decision. And if I had to say, I'd probably go 49-46.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm going to go 4-1.
Sweet.
And still,
Wayley.
Mate, the main event of the evening, UFC 300. When this went down, I was like, oh man, because Dana spoke about this is going to blow your fucking minds. And
it didn't. But...
Dana, it didn't blow my fucking mind at all. But the more I think about this fight, the more I like it. It's not blowing my mind, but it's a fucking good fight, man. It's a great fight. We've got Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill. Jamal Sweet Dreams Hill.
Pressure's on Jamal.
Former light heavyweight champion. Kenny he's called it. Most pressure of anybody at UFC 300.
Didn't lose the title.
Mate, tell me this. Does Jamal reclaim it?
I don't think he does. I don't think he is fully recovered. Just watching the embeds and stuff, and I know it's like that's reaching, but he just doesn't look fast on the pads. He's not moving. Doesn't look like he's moving too well. He kind of looks like more of a fan in fight week. Like,
wow,
everyone's signatures, like talking smack, stuff like that. Like I just don't think he's there yet. I don't think he should be coming back yet. Like I have probably also had no idea.
Let's be real.
I think with AP slows him down with his calf kicks and does what AP does and finishes him like round 2 or 3.
Wow. Yeah. There it is. AP and still. Mate, I want to talk to you about something before we carry on a bit. What AP is doing is unprecedented.
Like 11 fights and he's a double champ.
He's a Hall of Famer now. It's unprecedented.
He had 11 fights.
This will never happen again.
I don't think so.
Ever. This is a stupid record of 9-2. Yeah. He's won 2 UFC belts.
Yeah. It's just the same amount of belts that he has losses.
That's just stupid, mate. That's just stupid.
Yeah.
That's I think when he beat Yuri, not long after, I sat back and I was like, what we're watching is history here. What he's doing. He's unbelievable. Just the caliber of fighters he just keeps picking off. Yeah. Keeps picking them off, mate. But you're gonna go AP for a win, and still.
I think Jamal's probably back a bit too early.
Mate, I've been flipped. Oh, this is tough. I thought Jamal, but oh man,
it's a close one.
I think it's hard because I actually don't know whether Jamal has fully recovered. I really like Jamal as a fighter. I think he's very entertaining. Yeah. His hands are fucking next level, mate. He would eat you up. Some of those wins that he had Jimmy Crute, Johnny Walker, Glover Teixeira. Glover's tough as nails though. And my God, it was like Picasso just used red paint, just like over Glover. What he did to Johnny Walker was next level. Just stiffened him up. My God, bro. He's definitely the real deal. I do think that AP is very hittable. I really do. I do. I think he's very hittable. And you don't want to. That's gonna be tough. But the thing that's worrying me here is the leg kicks. Is from AP. Those leg kicks, mate. A couple of those, because we saw in the fight against Israel Adesanya, the second fight. I know that AP got knocked out in that fight, but we saw just how quickly Izzy was at a disadvantage straight away.
Yeah, there's like one shot, and I think obviously because of Hill's injury, it could. I think it.
Oh, mate, this is tough because I think AP's hittable. I also think the leg kicks are a big factor here. I'm just gonna go with my gut, mate. I'm gonna go and still. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna go and still. I think AP gets it. I think those leg kicks are gonna be a huge factor, and I think it's gonna open. I think it's gonna open up the chin.
And like you were mentioning Hill's previous opponents, I don't think they're on the same level as AP. Obviously Glover was, but Glover was also old. I think Johnny Walker's there. I don't think Jimmy Crute's not there. So I think it's definitely a different level. AP. Like he's an elite striker. Like so, don't see how I get like. Obviously, you can knock him out. It's light heavyweight. Like anything can happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I think it's just a different level for Jamal on this one. If he gets it done.
I agree, mate. All week I was like Jamal, because I was thinking, nah, he should be okay, like Jamal. But I'm sort of thinking like, I don't know, man. Like he'd have to be thinking about that injury a bit. And when AP starts kicking those legs, it starts opening up other things. If AP hits you with that hook, it's all she wrote. Good night. And that's I'm gonna go a TKO finish.
You're a sucker for changing your picks. Can't change them now.
I'm sticking AP TKO. I'm gonna go mid round 2. Mid round 2 TKO. Yeah, I think and still. I think it's going to be and still twice. I'm gonna and there's going to be one and new blessed for the BMF title. I think he's going to get it. Even though my boy's right here, I love Justin, but yeah, it's a hell of a card, mate. But mate, I wanted to finish the podcast with like a few questions. So obviously Dana's come out and he said $300K bonus for fight of the night, performance of the night. He said that he's going to hand out $1.2 million.
4 bonuses, yeah.
4 bonuses. So, mate, if you're a betting man and you said, and I said to you, which 4 people are going to get $300,000? There could be someone that gets 600. I doubt it. But if you said there are 4 people here that get the $300,000 bonus, who you got?
I think the easiest one to call is the BMF, right? That's surely that's in for fight of the night.
You're again, it's in.
That's in. That's a shoe-in for fight of the night. Like, that can't not be a scrap. And with the caliber of the fighters, the names of the fighters, I think it's a shoe-in.
So Justin and Max, 300 each?
300 each for them for the fight of the night.
Because you think even though Justin round 4 TKO, it's still a barn burner for 4 rounds?
Yeah. Maybe Justin gets the 600. I don't think so, but...
Imagine that.
I think he's probably getting enough. And Dane will probably be nice. Dane will probably give, like, down the bottom of the card, someone that's not making that much money. So... maybe down the bottom. Who we got?
Who do you reckon, mate?
Who we got finishing by stoppage? Maybe Turner, Jalen Turner.
You can a little sneaky 300 for Jalen.
He likes Diego Lopez too, though. I think he's a fan favorite. I think
sub.
Yeah, I reckon he might give one to Diego Lopez if he gets the finish.
Yeah.
And probably I reckon if Bo gets a finish, he'll probably use
there it is.
Just to G that up more, just to build that hype. Like, because then he can claim. Got the $300K bonus, like, so I think so. I got Justin, Max, Jalen Turner,
Bo Nickel. There it is.
That's my 4.
They're all getting $300K.
I reckon that's my picks.
Mate,
what do you got?
Call me crazy.
I do that
a lot. I'm not going to go Justin or Max for 300,000.
That is crazy, man.
Call me nuts.
That's the easiest.
Call me nuts.
Easy call.
Call me nuts, mate. I'm going to go 300,000 each for Cody Garbrandt and Davison Figueiredo.
Because it's the first fight of the night. If they have,
I think it's going to be fucking nuts, bro.
I'll be like, fucking thank you. Like the card is off to a great start.
Because even round 1, I think Cody's going to bring it.
Yeah,
I really think he's going to bring it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I said Fig early round 2.
Yeah,
and I think the first 5 minutes is going to be absolutely fucking mad. Like, it's going to be madness, and I think it's going to be a bit of a showstopper. And I think it has potential if it goes all 3 rounds. If it goes all 3 rounds, holy shit! I think it's near. It's going to be close to fight of the night.
Game plans go out the window, blinded by the cash.
Yeah, man. I see that for sure. I want to go something different to you as well, because I think like Justin and Max is. It could easily. It could and if it goes 5 rounds.
I think Fig and Cody is just as likely,
mate.
As Max.
My first choice for performance of the night, 300,000, is Dubronx, Charles Oliveira.
Gets it done?
Yeah, mate, I do. I think he gets it done for performance of the night, $300,000.
I love nothing.
He gives you a little bit of a you all must have forgot moment.
Yeah.
And I said late round 1 stoppage for Charles Oliveira. And I think with 2 top 5 ranked lightweights, if he gets it done that way, which I think he's going to, because Armin's a bum at the end of the day. No, I'm kidding. All respect, Armin. If you want to join us on the podcast, mate, that'd be great. But he's not a bum, clearly. I was just being stupid, but I was talking it up. But I just think if he gets it done against a top 5 ranked lightweight, the way that I think he is going to do it in round 1, with the name as well, I'm the champion, and my name is Charles Dubronx Oliveira, who gets it done. So I'm going to go Charles. I'm going to go Cody Davison, they all get 300, and one more for 300,000. I'm gonna go Kayla Harrison, mate.
I think if she gets a stoppage and it's pretty dominant, that's a pretty good call as well. So
Yeah.
Just again, similar to the Bo Nickel, just like her first fight, give her a bonus, build that hype.
Yeah, man, I do, because I think Bo's going to finish Cody pretty easily.
Yeah.
But, mate, I think there's more at play here if Kayla beats Holly. And beats her by ground and pound. I think Dana would also like it if a female gets a bonus on top of that.
Yeah.
And I just think, you're right. As you said, it's a great way to build her name. Yeah. It's a really great way to build her name. And they're my picks. Kayla Harrison, 300,000. Performance of the night. Charles Oliveira, performance of the night. And a little sneaky Davison Figueiredo, Cody Garbrandt fight of the night.
Between the three picks, each of us, like 6 picks each, surely one of them comes through.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Can't miss. Guarantee. Speaking of guarantees, mate, name me one certain prediction for UFC 300 before we go.
Bo Nickel.
Mate, I'm going to say no matter what happens in the BMF title fight, you hear Max Holloway say, it is what it is. That's what I'm going to say. Win or lose. Win or lose, Max says it is what it is. But, mate, honestly, what a friggin' card we've got in store. 13 fights, banger after banger after banger after banger. It's going to be epic. I'm keen as for it.
So good. So good. 2 more sleeps. Christmas is here.
Christmas here, mate. I love the fact that Dana did the 300,000. That's the highlight of my day because it's just going to open up this card for fireworks from the start to the finish.
It's probably a good investment for him. 1.2 mil to get some stoppages.
It's going to be huge, mate. Biggest card ever assembled in UFC history. Humongous. This is probably the biggest and baddest podcast ever assembled in UFC. The fact that we're here to get together. This is, mate, if this does not pop and get 1 million views leading up to
unbelievable.
Stop it. Mate, another one in the books. Was this episode 10? Episode 10.
Quick shout out to Richie and Luke fighting tomorrow night. Muay Thai.
Yes.
Let's go, boys.
Yes, I've only met Richie one time.
Let's go, Primal.
Absolute weapon. How good's Primal, mate? Karatha. Let's go.
Let's go, boys.
Shout out to the lads. Hope you get the W. If next time he's fight, if you could put it on Facebook, that'd be amazing, please. I'd like to see those fights. I'd like to actually. Oh, jeez. What is it like Fight Club? We don't talk. The first rule of Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club. That's good, mate. I hope they get the W as well, mate. Anyway, mate, this was a big one. The fact that we're together, UFC 300. It's going to be a sick card. I can't wait for it, mate. Oh boy, I'm ready to rock. I wish it was tomorrow, but it is what it is. As Max Holloway would say, it is what it is. All right, gang. Till the next one. Speak to you soon. Enjoy casuals. It's easy work.
Done, man.